Hello everyone, my name is Trevor, I go by TheMrTrails. Welcome to the channel, and in today's video we have 1.10.5 patch for Dauntless. This patch is going to be bringing us Heroic Radiant Escalation, some new Legendary Lantern amps, and more. I'll be honest with you guys, I would have done this video yesterday because this did come out yesterday, but, you know, some days you just have to stay in your underwear, you know? You're just comfy, not wearing any clothes. You just gotta stay that way. Especially when it was like 95 degrees outside yesterday. I already did a video talking about the upcoming patches from the 1.11.x roadmap, plus the Favreau page if you want to check those out. But we'll just be covering 1.10.5 today. Drop a like, subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already, and let's jump into it. And you know what, you can jump into one of the shirts from the TheMrTrails store. We've got like tons of designs. You'll definitely find something you like. I do have a couple more designs ready that I want to put on some stuff. If you see any of these designs, like the Conflict series, the mugshots that you want on some more of the products, like the Frozen Pangar is, let me know. I can put that together for you if you want it. Alright, so the 1.10.5 patch here brings us Heroic Radiant Escalation. That means we have the Heroic Radiant Crown, as well as the Crown of Many Colors coming out. So this is an up-close of the Radiant Esca Crown here. I did have an up-close in one of the previous videos, and then the Crown of Many Colors, I don't think they have posted anything like this. I think I also did an up-close in one of those videos as well, if you haven't seen that. Soul Reaper Chronivore, that'll appear in the heroic version of Radiant Escalation, is going to be slightly more difficult. There are a few attacks where it just multiplies itself for some reason. I don't know what the lore behind that is, but if I remember correctly, the one attack where it just spits out the balls in every direction when it's in the center, there's actually 4 Chronivores doing that in this version. And then I believe there's another attack where it does the same sort of thing. It might even be the one-shot attack with the shockwave where it comes out of the ground, hits the shockwave. It might be that attack. We did this testing like a month ago or something, so maybe that has changed by now, but that is basically what Heroic Radiant Chronivore was. But really, with how overpowered our talent trees are, I would say this probably is going to be slightly harder than like a regular Blaze Escalation or something. We've got more weekly questing and stuff here, but then we have Radiant Escalation rewards. We have the Banner Standard as well as a Lantern Transmog. These coming out this soon tells me that they were already kind of working on these. I doubt these would have been made and ready to go in like 2 weeks or something. And we have new legendary amps coming out in this update as well. We had Shrike's Zeal and Broadside Lantern get an amp. Now it's time for Drask's Eye and Embermane's Rapture. Shoutouts to Mateo and JP Bullet. I did kind of hint at there would be 2 more amps coming in this patch, but, you know, these guys were the first ones to guess each of these lanterns. But the legendary Drask Lantern amp is going to be use your lantern to plant a pair of Tesla towers that will continuously fire at enemy targets. I'll be honest with you guys, I didn't play around with these on the test server because the other amps were more interesting / can one-shot things. But I'm pretty sure in comparison, these are going to be not quite as good. Though I didn't check out how fast the fire rate is on this. The Embermane Lantern kind of changed anyway though from what I read about what we were testing. So the Embermane Lantern ability is going to be an explosion that leaves behind a permanent pool of etheric fire that increases the attack speed of Slayers as well as dealing damage to behemoths. If I'm remembering the description properly, I don't think it just dealt continuous damage to behemoths. I could be wrong. I could be just completely talking out of my ass and this is just the exact same as it was on the test server. But I didn't really play around with it, so I don't know how overpowered these things are going to be. I would expect them to not be super overpowered, not quite as overpowered as like the broadside. But hey, if these aren't as overpowered, maybe they'll buff them a little bit, or maybe they'll make them less rare than legendary. Who knows? And then for some other stuff, reduce the range of the Spreading Corruption attack on Shadow Touch Ghost-Shy. So I'm guessing they are putting the shadow orbs closer to each other, so they're not as hard to hit all of them. Considering that even one of those will bring you down to 1 HP if it hits you, is probably a good quality of life sort of thing. Here's something you guys might enjoy. Unbreakable Suppression, Immortal Suppression, and Bloodless Suppression in Radiant Escalation have been disabled. But as it says here, sometimes these modifiers would break where the pillar just isn't there at all, so you couldn't progress further in the escalation. It says they added some more modifiers in its place, but I don't know what those are. So here is the new Alira move. Alira can now perform a new power kick to damage Slayers behind it. as I said, it's not really a super exciting change. It's not like some grandiose attack that is just going to wow you. It's just like a scoot backward sort of thing. And they added a visual effect to the Chronivores teleport and then beam you up attack to communicate who is going to be captured. There are a few other miscellaneous fixes here, and then we have a couple more big ones like Aether Strikers finally getting a reticle back on the Adamant Bolt attack. It's been since Repeater Refresh that this has been a thing, so good to see they finally fixed that. Just think about it, guys. Sometimes Adamant Bolt is used as the special in Trials, and these guys had to aim the Adamant Bolt without any sort of crosshair indication where it was going for literally a year. And then we have fixed an issue where some clients would crash shortly after claiming new bounties. Hopefully this was actually fixed. This is one of the few things in the game that has been able to make my game crash. The other thing is just keeping the friend menu open the entire time, because that will just crash any computer. And there's quite a few other fixes here that I'm not going to go over. You can go ahead and check these out for yourself. Kind of weird to say that this is one of the bigger bug fixing patches of one of these smaller updates. But yeah, there we go, 1.10.5. That comes out tomorrow, and as soon as that comes out, I will be over on the Twitch. We will probably be doing like pretty much all the Hunt Pass giveaways that I have left. I have a ton of the Commission Passes left if you still need that, as well as I have a couple of the Cosmetic Passcodes left still. But that's going to be it for this one, guys. Drop a like, subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already, and I've been Trevor. I go by the Mr. Trails, and I'll catch you guys next time.